Hi, my name is Gaurav Gupta, and this is a 20-minute presentation on our SIGMOD 2021 paper, Repeated and Merged Bloom Filter, Rambo. We talk about the sequencers problem in this paper. We define this problem as follows. We have K whole genome sequences, each one for an organism or a species. These gene sequences are very long, as they are typically 300 million in length. So we are given a query gene string, and the goal is to find a document which contains this query string. We pose this problem as a document retrieval problem. Each whole genome sequence is treated as a document, and there are cases documents. We transform this big sequence into a set of million of k-mers. To do that, we use a sliding window of stride 1, and the window length is 31. This way, we represent the long gene sequence into a set, or we call a bag of k-mers. While query, we represent the query string into k-mers with the same sliding window approach and query each k-mer from the search index, which returns the file IDs. The intersection of these file IDs gives the candidate set containing the query. In this case, the document 3 contains all the k-mers from the given query. There are plenty use cases of the sequencer's utility. In case of phylogenomics, where we use gene comparison, contact tracing for identifying the origin of a viral infection and mapping its spread, certain investigation of biological infections, and cancer genomics. This indexing is a challenging problem though, due to the exponentially growing size of the sequence archives. In the last decade, the total European Nucleotide Archive, ENA, has increased from 100 terabytes to approximately 10 petabytes now. Interestingly, one of the major reasons behind this is the rapid decline of sequencing cost. In this paper, we use dataset of 500,000 files, each containing DNA sequence of approximately 300 million in length. This is bacterial, viral, and parasitic DNA sequences from ENA as of year 2016. The total size of dataset is 170 terabytes. The trivial indexes like inverted index stores a hash table of keys and posting list for every key. For an efficient implementation, this requires a known k-mer distribution. These become infeasible due to their enormous size and construction time. For example, a trivial inverted index of 100 gene sequences takes around more than 500 gigs of disk space. Hence, there is a recent shift to the Bloom filter, or we call it the bit slice based methods for retrieval problem. All this due to the growing data sizes. Bloom filters are cheap in memory, they are cache efficient and fast. A recent Nature Biotechnology article, Big Sci, used a simple array of Bloom filters, which beats the state-of-the-art indices. In 2017, Microsoft open sourced its Bing search engine, and it also uses the Bloom filter-based signature. For our use cases, where each new microbial genomics dataset brings a new variation, Bloom filter-based signature provides much better scaling than the inverted indexes. Let us see what a Bloom filter is. The Bloom filter is simply an array of m bits which represents a set S of n elements in a compressed form. In a way, it is a membership testing utility. Bloom filter is initialized with all the bits set to 0. During construction, we apply multiple universal hash function, example h1, s2, and s3 here, with range as a size of Bloom filter. We set the bits at the respective location of hash outputs for each key x in the set S. And we do it for all the keys. Now, once the insertion is done, the Bloom filter can be used to determine whether a query Q is in the set S or not by hashing the Q with the same hash function h1, s2, and s3, and calculating the AND of the bits at these 3 locations. The output will be true if all the 3 locations are 1, and it will be false if at least one of the location is 0. Blue filters have no false negatives, and as every key X in the set S will set all the bits at its hash location. However, there are false positives introduced by hash collisions. In this case, Q2 doesn't belong to S. Additionally, Bloom filters works with the streaming keys of the set and the insertion and each insertion in Bloom filter is independent. One more good thing about Bloom filter is the query is a constant time operation. The original analysis of Bloom filter gives an approximate required size and the number of hash function for a given false positive rate P. Given that Bloom filter has membership testing utility, we can easily create an index out of it. Here we create k Bloom filters, one for each set, or we can call it file. While query, we membership test each of these k Bloom filters. The query complexity in this case is order of k. Turns out it is very fast when the number of files are less than the number of k-mers. The recent Nature article, Big Sci and its successor COPS has both adopted this array of Bloom filter based index. Sequence Bloom tree uses a tree structure for the Bloom filter. Here the leaf nodes are the Bloom filters for each file, and successive parent node are the union of their children nodes. The query time in this case is sublinear. However, that happens in the best case, where there is no false positives from the Bloom filters. But with the growing load from bottom to top, the FP rate increases. Another challenge is the dependency at each level, hence it cannot be made fully parallel. SSBT and Howard SBT are its two variants. We propose a method called Rambo, repeated and merged Bloom filter. Here we have k sets from a file. Instead of considering one set at a time, consider a random group of them and merge them to a union set. Let's say we make 3 partitions of the entire group of k sets. Each partition is a union of approximately k over 3 sets. Now we can membership test these three sets instead of k sets. But this will return the entire partition instead of the relevant set. Although this is still better than having one formation. Hence, we have narrowed down our search space from k over 3 sets, search space to k over 3 sets in just 3 membership checks. What do we do next is repeat this process with another random partition. This we do by choosing a different random seed. Now we membership test on both the group of partitions and single out the common set IDs by taking intersection. With this, we'll narrow down the search space from k over 3 to k over 9. To membership test, we create Bloom filters for each partition. Let's call them Bloom filter for union. In this case, B is equals to 3 and R is equals to 2. So we just query B cross B times R Bloom filters for a reduction of search space to k over B times R, k over B to the power R files. Now it is really interesting that with linear increase in number of Bloom filter checks, we are going exponentially down in the search space. To achieve this in the streaming setting, we use a 2 universal hash function on set IDs. For each set, to get hash into one of the B Bloom filters, and all the k-mers of that set are inserted to the corresponding Bloom filter for union. Now we do the second repetition, and so on. Let's note that in the streaming setting, we use R different hash functions and assign a set to R Bloom filters for union simultaneously. So here, all and literally all the insertions are independent, and hence this can all be done in parallel. So we have an index which supports cheap updates for streaming inputs. It is embarrassingly parallel. It can be easily distributed over multiple threads, and due to the union of the set, we have a less effective insertion on one repetition, which keeps the index size lower. Once we have an index, the query is done by probing all the B times R Bloom filters. We combine the set IDs of all the written positives from each repetition and get the common set IDs across repetitions using intersection operation. This can even be done by an equivalent AND operation over bit arrays. Note that we'll also get false positives here. This can either be because of the inherent Bloom filter property or the occurrence of two or more sets together in all repetitions. So we did the math and found out that we need order of log k repetitions and order of square root k partitions to achieve a desirable false positive rate. As an implication of the previous result, and as the query time is mostly Bloom filter checks, which is B times R in number, the query time is order of square root k times log k. This is indeed better than the linear query time in array of Bloom filter. Given the number of parameters, given the parameters number of repetitions, number of partitions B, and Bloom filter false positive rate P, we can actually upper bound the Rambo false positive rate as this. Additionally, we have a zero false positive. So additionally, the benefits that we get is a zero false negative rate, the tunable false positive rate by changing BR and the size of Bloom filter, and a sublinear query time. We compared the query time with the state-of-the-art methods on a same false positive rate. Here, COPS is an array of Bloom filter. How DSBT and SSBT are hierarchical Bloom filter methods. They are the variants of sequence Bloom tree. We are beating all the baselines, and Rambo is approximately 25 times faster than the most competitive baseline COPS here. One thing to note that the FastQ and Macotex are the two different file formats, and we perform experiments on both. These are the file formats that represents the gene sequences. These are the corresponding numbers for construction time and the index size. Rambo is faster than tree-based methods and is comparable with the COPS. On memory, Rambo takes memory slightly more than the cheapest memory baseline COPS. So it has an overhead of log k. In worst case, it is an overhead of log k because of the log k times repetitions in Rambo. Although the log k is an extra factor, the reduction in query time is by a factor of root k, which is a much better deal. Now we did the experiment on half million files approximately, which is 170 terabytes of data. For this, we created 100 small and mergeable indexes on 100 separate machines. Each of these sub-indexes carry 1% of the load. To separate the data into these indices, we use a universal hash function. We use a two-level universal hash function. One routes a file to the machine, and another routes the file to one of the R partitions in that particular machine. Note that the data is disjoint on each of these machines, and the index is also disjoint on each of these machines. So they are all independent to each other. This call all be done in parallel for a streaming input. This can all be done in a parallel for a streaming input. It takes almost 1 hour to insert into these machines, and almost 8 hours to download on a cluster of 100 nodes with 40 cores each. So total it is 9 hours of indexing time from the scratch. Once done, Rambo can be stacked on top of each other, where the number of repetitions remains the same, but the number of partitions goes B times 100. And accordingly, based on the requirement of false positive, this stacked Rambo can be folded by doing an OR operation to reduce the size of the index by the factor of halves each time. This process is called folding. So here, say the size will be S, and then the size here after folding will become S by 2. In this case, it will become S by 4, and so on. However, the false positive increases accordingly with folding. Additionally, we tried experiments on web documents with sample wiki dataset of 17,000 files and a ClueWeb dataset with a sample of 50K files. Here, the term is represented by each word in the document. We can see that we beat the baselines for Wikidump totally, and we are beating the baselines in terms of size and construction time for ClueWeb, and very near in the query time with the COPS. So we noticed that Rambo is very accurate for the lower FP rates. That means for rare gene queries, the index is very accurate, and hence it can be used in variety of cases. For example, to update the genomic data set with the rare or unclassified sequences, and this can be done accurately and very fast. To detect a novel gene sequence, it can be used in cancer genomics and antibiotic resistance pathogen sequencing. And in case of pangenomics, Rambo can be used for cataloging the diversity across the human population. These are the references we use. Thank you for your attention. Please refer to the paper and the code and reach out to this email for any further queries.